Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to read the next chapter of The Power of Three. Chapter 12. There, you see? Charon asked gleefully as the lake trio continued to glow. Yes, the Fieldstone meteorite was most definitely created from the core substance of the universe, filled with a power that we are now tapped into. He stopped talking abruptly as Ash, Dawn, and Brock materialized in the middle of the room. Team Galactic looked shocked. The kids looked confused. But Charon just laughed. Well, could it be? Looks like we've got company. Ash swept his eyes over the laboratory equipment, Charon, and the rest of Team Galactic. Then he spotted the imprisoned Pokemon. Zelf, he cried. Dawn noticed them too. Mesprit. Uxie, Brock said. The three of them must have brought us here. Ash turned to Team Galactic, furious. Alright, what have you all done? He demanded. Team Galactic wasn't interested in giving out answers. They preferred to fight. Toxicroak's looking forward to seeing you, Saturn said happily. He tossed up a Pokeball, and Toxicroak burst out. Skuntank now, Jupiter said, calling the poison and dark-type Pokemon. Let's do this. Perugly, we need your help too, Mars called. The normal-type Pokemon kinched its waist with its forked tail, ready for battle. Ash wasn't afraid. You ready, Pikachu? The little electric-type Pokemon wasn't afraid either. You're not ready for us, Mars and Jupiter jeered. Toxicroak, time for fun, Saturn cheered. The two groups faced off, poised to attack. But before they could, Cyrus appeared in the doorway. Hold on, he commanded. He didn't seem at all surprised that Ash and his friends were on board. No fighting allowed. Ash couldn't believe his eyes. Cyrus? Here? Cyrus was a wealthy businessman who had built many of the Sinnoh region's tallest buildings. Ash and his friends had met him before, but he pretended that he wanted to help Pokemon, not use their powers for evil. I don't get it, Dawn said. Brock did. That must mean you're part of Team Galactic. So that's how Jupiter knew we'd seen the Lake Trio. You told them, Ash said, scowling. They had trusted Cyrus, and he had betrayed them. Cyrus just smiled. Fighting is by far the most frightful byproduct of the human heart, he said. Haven't I been telling you that time and time again? He asked his henchman. Sir, Saturn agreed. He wanted to fight, but he couldn't defy his leader. Jupiter cleared her throat nervously. But since these children pose a very real threat to our plan for a new world order, isn't it only natural to eliminate them? Cyrus quieted her with a glare. Behold, he announced. This is just the kind of accomplishment the human heart has the potential to achieve. But when your heart is ruled by emotions, you will but fight, in which case humanity will never advance. Cyrus turned to Ash and his friends. I guess I could let you know what this is about, he told them. I am part of this. Team Galactic is my creation, and now you're in my creation's headquarters. Headquarters? Ash asked. In here? Correct, Cyrus said. We're bringing about the dawn of a new world order. So we're gathered here to discard the old world of discord and conflict and make a much better one in place of it. For Ash, the pieces were finally starting to fall into place. So it was you who stole the lustrous ore from the Celestic ruins. You lied to all of us. Lose your rage, Cyrus suggested. It only destroys. No way, Dawn said. Her rage was just getting started. Not when you treat Pokemon that way. This has to stop. Now let them go back to their lakes. That can't be done, Cyrus informed her. They're quite necessary for us to be able to bring forth the new world. Brock gasped. Then that means it's exactly as Cynthia said it was. Cyrus saw there was no point in trying to convince the kids to go along with him. He turned to his henchmen. Obviously, these children must mean something important if the legendary Pokemon saw fit to bring them all here. We will need your help to keep them around until our task is completed, just in case. At his command, Team Galactic closed in on Ash, Brock, and Dawn. "You won't get away with it," Ash shouted. "Who cares if you're Team Galactic?" He couldn't take his eyes off the imprisoned Pokemon. Even if he was outnumbered and surrounded, he had to at least try. "Pikachu, Thunderbolt, let's go!" "Piplup, use Bubble Beam," Dawn ordered. "Krogunk, do it," Brock added. Team Galactic prepared themselves for the attack, but the Pokemon weren't aiming at them. Instead, they aimed at the vats imprisoned in the Lake Trio. Pikachu's energy beam and Piplup's stream of bubbles smashed into the vats containing the Lake Trio. Their prisons burst into pieces. The Lake Trio was free. But Team Galactic wasn't going to let them go without a fight. "Progly," Mars commanded her Pokemon. "Skuntank," Jupiter called hers to action. "Iron-Tail, now," Mars told Progly. The attack slammed into Ash, Brock, and Dawn. They sailed through the air and landed in a heap. "Sludge Bomb," Saturn said quickly. "Go!" Skuntank attacked. A gush of black slime arced through the air, splattering Ash, his friends, and their 3 Pokemon. Pikachu, Piplup, and Krogunk flew backward into their trainer's arms. The kids had no choice. They couldn't fight any longer. Their wounded Pokemon needed time to heal. At least we freed the Lake Trio, Ash thought. There was just one problem. The Lake Trio wasn't trying to escape. In fact, they weren't doing anything but hovering in the air over Cyrus's head. Gems in their foreheads were glowing. "Azelf, oh man, what's wrong?" Ash asked. "Mesprit, don't you recognize us?" Dawn said pleadingly. Cyrus grinned and raised a fist into the air. He opened his fingers to reveal another red gem at the center of his palm. "We have the red chain, which now possesses the powers of the original one," he crowed. "So as you can see, they are now under my complete control." "Original one?" Ash echoed in confusion. "According to legend, these powers are responsible for reshaping our entire world," Charon explained, "which means that no Pokemon is able to withstand them." That's when Ash understood. The Lake Trio wasn't free at all. They were Team Galactic's slaves. "It is with these original powers that I will create a new world order," Cyrus roared. There was madness in his eyes. "You're out of your mind," Ash shot back. "You can't do that," Dawn yelled. Cyrus acted like they hadn't spoken. "Make certain you take care of those children," he told Saturn. Then he spun on his heel and stalked out. The Lake Trio floated behind him. "Come back here," Ash called, but neither Cyrus nor the legendary Pokemon listened. The Team Galactic henchmen closed in. They forced Ash, Brock, and Dawn out of their base and into their ship, locking the 3 trainers in. Ash and the others were trapped in a large, empty space with steel walls. Their hands were tied behind their backs. There was no way out. "What's going to happen to us now?" Dawn asked, frightened. "Cyrus is using us as hostages so Yuxi and the others will do what he tells them to," Brock gasped. "We're part of his backup plan, in case the Lake Trio breaks free from his control." Ash was worried for himself and his friends, but not as worried as he was for the Lake Trio. "We've got to get out of here," he said urgently. "Those Pokemon came to see us in our dreams." "And they did it because they were asking us for our help," Dawn said. "So we can't let them down." Everyone agreed. They had to help the legendary Pokemon, which meant they had to escape. Somehow.